Today is going to be all about myPlanroom. So just start at the very high level. What is myPlanroom? myPlanroom is basically a miniature version of BidCentral. So you can post projects, you can store documents, you can manage your trade lists, you can invite people to your project, all that fun stuff. It's free to use. So you can post unlimited projects, you can store unlimited documents, you can send out unlimited invitations. It's all free. Posting a project's really easy. Just go to the myPlanroom link that's in. You can click on that from within the actual plan room itself by clicking on myPlanroom, or you can just go to apps.bidcentral.ca, log in with your usual BidCentral login, and then go to myPlanroom. So this is the dashboard of myPlanroom. You can see how many projects you've created, how many invites you've sent, how many you've received, and how many people are in your address book. Before I dive too far into myPlanroom, I'm going to just go into the address book first. So if we go into address book, the reason why the address book is so handy is because you can manage all of your subtrades in here. So a lot of the GCs that I speak to that don't have any kind of formal platform for managing their subtrades, they're going old school. They're using Excel spreadsheets. They're using, OneDrive to share documents, and then Dropbox or Google Drive, things like that. Or they literally just have like text files and mailing lists in Outlook for managing their subtrades. So you don't need that anymore. As you can see in here, this is my address book. You can see contacts that I've added that belong to me. And also you can see contacts that have been shared with me from one of my colleagues. So my alternate personality here, Adam Addlestone, has shared his address book with me as well. So I've got my contacts and my colleagues' contacts. You can search in here as well. So an example of this is, say I'm a GC and I've got a project and I want to invite my Division 22 guys. I can just search Division 22, and this gives me all my plumbing guys. I can select them all. I can invite them to bid, and then I can select my project here, and then all of these guys will get an email from me with an invitation to check out my project. They need a BidCentral account, but they don't have to have a paid account. They can just use a free account and they'll get access to this project. In the email, there's two buttons here. They can click yes, we'll submit a quote, or no, we won't. They can also click on the URL to the project in there, and that'll take them into it. And then, so if I hit send message right now, it's going to blast off that email to all those guys. You can also edit your contacts, delete them. You can add individual contacts here by clicking add contact, and then you can just fill that out. Or for the old school guys that have spreadsheets and CSV files, you can import them here by clicking import contacts from CSV. So they just upload their CSV file, map all the different columns from their spreadsheet to our database, and then it will import all of their contacts into the address book. So the reason why I'm showing you this first is because the first step for onboarding a GC or a project poster would be to import their address book so that they can send out their invites to their internal trade lists. But say, you've got a company in Vancouver that's bidding on a project, say on the island, and their trade list isn't very big on the island, they can also add people to their address book through the directory. So everyone should know the directory. If you don't, it's directory.bidcentral.ca. And so if I just go in here and say, let's just look for a plumbing company. Oops, if I could type. Let's say I'm doing a project here in Nanaimo. I'm going to pick these guys. That's a bad example because they don't have any contacts in here. Okay, here we go. So here's a company in Mill Bay on the island. And what I can do from here now is add Matt to my address book. So then he'll be added into my address book so that I can invite him to my project, or I can even do it through here. I can just click invite to bid, select my project, and then hit send message. So now I've built my address book. I've got this list of trades that I want to send out the invitation to. I can now go into myPlanroom and start building my project. So if I click under myPlanroom, post a project, this is where we can go to actually create the project. So the look and feel of it will will look very familiar to Bid Central Plan Room because pretty much all the fields are the same. A couple of options here though at the top. There's an option as to whether your project is going to be public or private. So if it's public, you have the option to publish your project to the public plan room, meaning everyone with the Bid Central account can see it. Or you can keep it private, invite only, so that only people that you invite to the project can see it. So I'm going to make it private. Again, they do need a Bid Central login. Just a free account is fine. They don't need to pay to view the project that they've been invited to. And we're going to fill out the project name, the closing date, closing time, solicitation number, where to submit the bids. This could usually be like an email address, or if they have a website, to where they want to receive bids, they could put that in there. The bid document locations will be on myPlanroom, or unless they want to host them elsewhere, but most people go myPlanroom. You can add your site meeting in here, address, all the standard stuff. Project owner. This is just this pulls a list of all the owners that are in the Bid Central plan room. If they want to hide the owner contact information, they can do that. If the owner's not in here, they can just click add new project owner. That will add them in here. It'll also add them in the public plan room. You can add additional contacts in here as well. And then you can set the funding, public, private, classifications of work. This probably all looks very familiar to you, Sherry and Carla. And the owner type, scope of work. Put all your scope of work in here. This is kind of a teaser of what the project's all about. Files and folders. You can create folders in here, and you can drag and drop files and folders into either your root folder or any subfolders that you create. And once you're done, hit save, and that will add the project. Once the project's been added, it will show up under My Projects, like this one. Here's one I created earlier. If I go into project options, I can click View Project, and that will take me into the project. Very familiar to the Bid Central layout again. All the information's in here that I've added. Scope of work, right there. If we go into the project contact, we've got the project owner. If we go into the documents and addendas, you can, that's the swimming pool I want. And any addendas that will show up in there. Interested, you can see who's listed themselves as an interested contractor. You can click through to their directory profile as well. If we go into my invitations, this is a list of all the invitations that I've sent out and their responses. So you can see I've invited Kerry here, and she's listed herself as a confirmed bidder. I can even go in here and add notes, like this one. You can also go in and confirm this as a bidder, or for example, if they call you up over the phone and say, I'm not going to bid this one, you can just go in there and tag them as not bidding. Now, if you go into the activity report, this gives you a list of all the activities that happen in your project. So you can see, someone's downloaded this file at this time. You can see who's viewed your project, who's edited your project, what they've updated. This is really handy for, if you issue an addenda, say I want my swimming pool to have a swim up bar, I'm going to issue an addenda that says this pool's now going to have a swim up bar. And then when the project happens, if they don't build a swim up bar, I can say, look, you downloaded this addenda that said there's going to be a swim up bar. So there had better be one. Now, people that are looking at this project as well, they'll have some buttons across the top. They can contact the owner through here. So instead of publishing your contact information, the person posting the project can receive inquiries through here, where people can submit a message, and that will go to not only the owner of the project, but anyone that has permissions to edit this project. I can also invite to bid. So as the project owner, I can invite people to bid on this project. And again, this is my address book in here, so I can go through this map that I added before. So I can click that, and then that will add them to the recipient list. And you can see it pre-populates all this information and they can click yes, we'll submit a quote, or no, we won't. And then if I hit send message right now, he'll get an invite to this project. Now under project options, this is something for the project owner. You can edit the project. You can publish it to Bid Central. So when they click that, it will send our team a message saying that I've requested this project to go on the public plan room, and then we can actually go in and automatically sync it over to the public plan room. It will send us a notification first, we approve it, and then we publish it automatically on the platform. The next option there is invite to edit. So say, for example, I'm going on vacation and I want Kerry to take this project over. I can invite her to edit the project. Let's give it a refresh. There we go. Type in Kerry's email address and hit send invitation, and then she'll have edit permissions on this project. She can send out invitations, she can upload addendas, she can edit anything in here. And then the last option here is send email. So this is a tool where you can actually communicate to your bidders, all your invited bidders, all your yes bidders, no bidders, or anyone that's interested in your project. You can see we've got a bunch of pre-made templates in here, like a new addenda has been posted, closing date update, site meeting update, custom templates, and I'll show you how to set those up in a minute. Or I can just send a custom message and then hit send message, and that will send everyone that I've invited this email. So once I've gone through and sent invitations out under my plan room, you'll see my sent invitations. This is another feed of all the invitations that I've sent out for all my projects. You can see who's responded and when. If people don't respond to your invitations, you can click send reminder and that will give them a little nudge. Also under my plan room, you can see my received invitations. So these are invitations that I've actually received, and I can go through and put my response in there. You can also go into your my plan room settings. So if I go into my plan room settings here, I can configure the emails that are sent out. So you'll notice when I sent those invitations out earlier, I had the Bid Central logo in here. So you can put a little snippet of text in here. This is quite often used for putting your company logo, your company contact information. You can also put little disclaimers in there. Don't share this email with anyone, or something, some legalese type content you can put in there as well into your footers. So when you add text in here, this will add that text or those images into every invitation that you send out. You can also configure your reply to email address. So emails will go out from projects@bidcentral.ca, but you can configure it to go to estimating@addlestoneconstruction.com, or whatever their email address is that they want it to go back to. You can create custom email templates. So you can see I created a couple here. You can configure the subject line and the body. So to add a new template in here, and then click add template, and then it will show up in your email templates so that you can send that out. Configured project disclaimer. This one is a request that we've had from a GC. Basically, what they want is the ability to put an NDA or terms and agreements kind of pop up when someone loads their project for the first time. This is a feature that's used in Building Connected. So it prompts any invitee to a project to tick the box that agrees to the terms and conditions in the disclaimer. So they can put the disclaimer title and the block of text in there that they want to display when people load their project for the first time. Under my plan room as well, we've got if you go into my projects, this gives you a list of all your projects in here that I've created, and then also projects that I've been invited to edit as well. So you can see your projects and projects that people have shared with you. And then you've got a lot of the same options here under project options. You can view the project, you can edit the project, invite people to edit, invite people to bid, and publish to Bid Central. If I jump into edit project real quick, you can edit all this information, standard, edit all these fields, upload documents, and then you'll see this admin activity log. So you can see every time someone has edited the project and what they've changed. So it's just a computed log of every change that happens on your project. Now, once you're done with your changes, you can either click save and it will save the project, or you can click save and notify followers, and that will send an email automatically to everyone that's following the project or is bidding on the project or is indicated that they're bidding on the project. They'll get an automatic notification saying that this project's been updated.